So during the Super Bowl, we're used to seeing displays of patriotism and support for our military. But one professor wonders if it's all become a bit much. In the Washington Post, a paper, Tricia Jenkins says jet flyovers, the military color guards, and the singing of God Bless America have become habitual. And worse, they serve to quiet political dissent. She notes that when athletes refuse to take part in patriotic gimmickry, her words, they face the wrath from both fans and the league. And she wonders why, quote, a country founded on rebellion finds not standing for an anthem or saluting a flag un-American. To which I wonder, why is the default position for academics always patriotism sucks? They laugh at you for loving your country, but what do they love, really, besides tenure and Noam Chomsky? Their patriotism, it seems, is always for the enemy, or rather anyone who lives to make America look bad. If only Ahmedinejad could do a flyover, it'd be okay. In many ways, sports are a proxy for war. That's why they evoke such patriotism. Every nation sees its sports as unique and part of their national character, and big sporting events seem to be among the rare times left that the left lets the country get its patriotism fix. But I guess now even that's coming under fire. Let's face it, it's just cooler to adore Beyonce than a border, which is why the blackout was a relief. After the halftime spectacle of pyrotechnic mediocrity, it was like God pulled the plug himself.
Right.
Dana, you hate America, so this column must have been like mother's milk to you.
I couldn't get enough of it. I had it emailed to me a preview copy the night before. Who do you think I am? Bill Schultz. I don't hate America, Greg.
I know,
but I did hate the Super Bowl.
Really?
I really didn't like it. I just, the whole thing, from soup to nuts until the halftime show, I was like, left, like, And then during the blackout, I said, okay, that's it. I'm going to bed. Well, and I went to sleep.
You should have made some of your Beckel dip. That would have cheered you up. One that he likes with the Velveeta cheese.
Very good.
Bob, even you, I mean, academics, it seems to me, won't rest until every semblance of patriotism is removed and replaced with some kind of ironic appreciation for bad art.
Well, you did happen to slip in there after you said academics, you said the left.
Yes.
Well, I noticed that. There is no way that you can suggest that the left is tired of patriotism at the Super Bowl. There may be a few professors, not all professors, doing this. I think, frankly, it probably gives people a lift at a time when they needed a lift. I had some questions, frankly, about the choir from the elementary school in Connecticut. I thought it was moving on the one hand. On the other hand, I thought it was a little exploitive, and I'm not sure I would have done that. But and Beyonce's that whole routine didn't get me turned up. But then again, I was calling my bookie for second half bets. So
I almost had you call your bookie. I figured out you and I were right. I was like, I should have called Bob to call his bookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you chose right. Said whoever has the better looking head coach.
Quarterback, a very scientific.
Well, you know, the one thing is about that blackout, there's no question in my mind that it hurt the Ravens badly because they were on a roll. They had just scored a 108-yard touchdown from a kickoff, and then all of a sudden the lights go out. It almost made me wonder whether there was a conspiracy with the electric company.
Or a Silicon Valley
I think it was Nancy Pelosi.
hacker.
Nancy Pelosi was behind it. But don't you think, Andrea, that in a weird way, pop culture has replaced patriotism? As you see the pre-games and the halftimes and the end zone dances, everything is more about glitz and glamour, not so much about this and being humble.
It's true, and because of our Super Bowl show that you and I loved so much on Friday, I did some research, and Greg, you know, it didn't used to be celebrities. At the first Super Bowl, it was just marching bands, and it was patriotism. And look, if this liberal professor or this academic or whatever she is doesn't want to love America while watching the Super Bowl, great. I just don't understand why you'd write about it or announce it to the world. It's like saying, I have a bunch of bunions on my feet. Does anyone know about it?
She was journaling.
Who cares?
Yes,
she's journaling.
Kimberly, you can.
Yes, sweetie. I broke my favorite pen.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You were fixing this is all your makeup. What are you talking about? This is all your makeup.
This is a pen, Bob.
Oh, it is?
Can you fix it?
Yeah, I can. Do you have a broken nail?
I answer a question that you pretend I might have just asked.
Okay, listen, it's hypocritical because the liberals and the professors that seem to have such disdain for patriotism and the actual symbol of what guarantees our rights that they always seem to love and cloak themselves in, the First Amendment and freedom of speech and all of this, yet they don't want to celebrate the people who fought and worked so hard to secure those rights.
Well, you know who's the real winner here? I mean, the real loser here.
Bob, don't touch my makeup. That's
the real loser here is Colin Kaepernick's,
Kaepernick?
Tortoise Sammy. There he is. came home to a sad and depressed owner. Although you're pretty certain that the tortoise has no idea his owner is a Super Bowl quarterback.
It looks like that tortoise hasn't missed many termite meals.
This is a very tortoise-infused show.
I have something that can make your point.
Okay, please
about
do,
your okay. The favorite ad from the Super Bowl was the one about the farmers.
Yes.
Okay, it was the exact opposite. The whole look and feel of that ad was the exact opposite of the Super Bowl, which is why I didn't like the Super Bowl as a whole.
All right. Are you sure GoDaddy.com didn't get the number one
We're
spot?
not playing that ad.
You know what? That was I hated it. The whole thing. That the GoDaddy should not be allowed.
That video would be great if they just didn't have the sound. It was the sound. The sound of the mouth stuff. All right. No.